Savannah High's performance against Groves and Josie was better than Island's performance against Savannah Christian and Country Day?
Yes. Welcome back. My name's David. This is Spencer. This is Aftermath. Welcome back to Aftermath, the Sportscast, where we cover your favorite 912 teams. Getting back to week 3 games this week. We had some close ones. I'm glad that the trend is kind of changing after the first 2 weeks being practically all blowouts. So we're going to hop right into the week 3 games. A lot of close ones, a lot of nail biters. Savannah Country Day and Aquinas, I think. Wait, I don't know how to say it. It came down to a game-winning field goal. Sadly, Savannah Country Day could not pull through with it, but it was a fantastic game.
Which is surprising because their kicker was first-team All-State last year. And the field goal, I don't know from how far it was, but it didn't look too far. He had the leg.
He had the
just
length.
Pushed it a little wide right.
But it happens. It happens.
It happens to the best of them.
Yeah. Next is Johnson versus Windsor. Close game. Windsor was able to make their field goal with about 20 seconds left on the clock, I think. Windsor won 10-7.
That one was surprising. So I make a poll on my Instagram every Friday for all the games just to see what everybody's thinking. Nobody had Windsor winning. And yeah, Windsor pulled it off. So shout out to Windsor, man.
And it's like I'm excited to see it this week.
Oh yeah,
we're not getting into that. We'll get into that Thursday episode. This week is a lineup. Let's go Beach versus Brantley County. Brantley County will pull this out 17-6.
I don't know, Beach. They've been talking heavy in the DMs talking about that. This is their year. They're gonna turn things around, but I haven't really seen it yet.
See, Brantley County's always solid. They've always had a solid team. They're well rounded, you know. Next, Groves versus Savannah High, which is a game that we were able to make it to. Nail biter. If you haven't seen the video, we're gonna put it up here, link it up here in the corner. Nail biter.
That was wild. We'll hop into that.
Yeah, we're gonna hop into that in just a second. Let's get down the rest of these. Surprisingly, Savannah Christian lost to Marist.
Yeah, it's a 6A team from up in Atlanta. So I want to say they were the number 10 ranked 6A team, and Savannah Christian was number 4 or 5 ranked 3A team. But I don't know too much about Marist, but I just know that they're a well-ran program.
Yeah. And I, from what I heard, Savannah Christian didn't get much of practice that week with the whole hurricane coming through, which actually, to hit on real quick, that is why we missed our episode on Thursday. We had no power. So if we were to record an episode, it's been pitch black, that's what y'all, if y'all are cool with that, let us know. We know for the future, but we want to bring you good content. And we just didn't think we were going to be able to make it that day. Continuing on, Calvary versus ELCA. Jake actually scored his 100th touchdown, I believe. Congratulations to that man.
Shout out Jake.
That's a milestone, especially in high school. But they won 64-6.
Yeah, so I knew, that's wild. I knew Calvary was going to win. I didn't know they were going to win like that. Because if you saw the Calvary ELCA, yeah, if you saw that game last year, that game, Calvary won 28-21, and the game didn't even get finished. That game got called because the weather and their power went out at the stadium. But ELCA, they lost their quarterback, their number 1 receiver. I want to say they had a lineman on both sides who was highly recruited, so clearly they lost all of their top talent. 64-6, is that what it was?
64-6, yeah. Dog walk.
Gosh.
But on the next one, South Effingham took it to Islands. South Effingham ended up winning 35-0. South Effingham, they're solid. They're corn-fed out there. Like, how it is.
Man, I heard Islands got down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Ran 4 plays.
Couldn't score.
The 1-yard line?
But we saw it against Savannah Christian. The run game is not there.
The 1-yard line?
Their O-line can't push the D-line.
You got to the 1-yard line. You got there.
Yeah.
You have 4 chances. You telling me those 5 kids up front can't push for 1 yard?
You know what that means, Coach? Time to bring out the sleds this week.
Right, that's all.
Sleds all week long. We got to be able to push somebody.
Sleds and board drills is all.
New Hampstead made a statement this week, 42-20 against Bradwell Institute. And New Hampstead's been talking a lot. They've been up in our DMs. talking about how they think they're number 3 in the state or the city this year.
No, yeah, New Hampshire thinks they're the third best team in the city. They think it goes BC, Calvary, them, then Savannah Christian. So they put up a good showing against Calvary. So they really.
So I'm excited to see where else they go this year. And
at the end of the month they got BC. That's the game.
Yeah, that's the game. BC went to Westminster and does what BC does, 27-14, which is actually one of the lower scoring games that they've had this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look or read too much into it. I looked at the final score. I was like you said, BC did what BC did.
Yeah.
But
they're this week.
All I know is
what they're paying attention to.
This week they better.
So we don't want to spoil anything.
Throw it. They better let Luke sling it, man. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Jenkins, after a wonderful win last week, they went to against 7A Richmond Hill, I believe.
Yep.
And Richmond Hill did pull this one out 28-7. Trent, we're sorry, bro.
Shout out Trent.
Shout out Trent, bro. We're sorry to hear about the ankle. Hopefully we pray for a quick recovery on
Rose, that. Man, fractured his ankle during the game.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, go check out the one-on-one video. He's the one-on-one winner. Much love from this side.
He's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, he's gonna bounce back. We're waiting to see it too. And last but not least, St. Andrews would win this 36-7 against John Paul. I hope it was a good win. I guess it's a good win. We don't know much about John Paul. We keep seeing their name pop up on these South Carolina games, but congrats. Bouncing into the next section, we're going to talk about the game of the week that we were at, Groves versus Savannah High. A battle of the 0-2s. Both teams were searching to get their first win this year, and Groves did it. Groves put it out there at the end. This came down to the last play. You want to talk about it, Spencer?
That game was crazy. You were there.
It was a good game.
That game was crazy, bro. Savannah High had so many chances to win. So many. It was just like the first game.
Yeah.
Turnovers killed them. I don't know who Savannah High's quarterback is. I don't know if he is.
I think they're still trying to figure it out.
I don't know if he's a legit quarterback or if he's just an athlete playing quarterback because they don't have one. But the quarterback situation over there is hurting them. The offensive line situation over there is hurting them. And they turn the ball over way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
And I ultimately was surprised on the play call itself because that last drive, I'm not a coach, I'm not in charge of a team, but that last drive, I'm putting it in my best player's hands more than one time. I mean, they threw it to Steven one time on the seam.
Their offensive drive.
Yeah, they threw it to Steven one time up the seam, and they had, I believe on fourth down. That was it.
I'm about to say, but that's. Yeah.
And now I saw where they were successful. They were successful on the outside. They could get the ball on the outside. They were successful.
Yeah.
Whether that means bubble screens, sweeps, jet sweeps, whatever it was to get on the outside. When they run between the tackles, they weren't making up. They weren't doing nothing.
They weren't moving the ball.
Which was
all in the middle.
Opposite for Groves. I felt like Groves was running well up the middle.
Groves had that crazy little
triple
reverse, whatever was going on. Like they were fooling. They had one. It broke me and my brother filming on that one touchdown pass where it was a broken play by the defense. Now, real quick on Groves, because a lot of people been in my DMs and just on Instagram under my last video talking real spicy. Like Groves is bouncing back. This is the bounce back year. This is like where they're turning things around. I'm gonna say this: Groves beat Savannah High last year, 28-0.
Yeah.
28-0. They went on to lose the rest of their games.
Yeah.
They beat them this past week, 16-12. And most can say they shouldn't have won the game.
Yeah, I could argue that, yeah.
Savannah High had the broken coverage on the first touchdown pass. And then the game-winning touchdown, it was what? Savannah High jumped off sides. Then literally the next play, Groves false start just to give them the yards right back.
Yeah.
So Savannah High, you have one play left to get your first win in over 2 years or almost 2 years. And if you look at the touchdown play, the DB was literally he was not paying attention. Like the receiver, he runs up and he just stops, turns around. He's just standing there in the end zone, and the quarterback delivers an easy ball.
And the thing is, you know where he's going.
They're going to the end zone.
They're going to the end zone.
They
got no options.
The first down was on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not aiming for the first down. They're going for the end zone to score.
And the thing is, I understand this is high school football, but it was sloppy. And it was. I said this to my family when I got home. it was a great game for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
It was a great game because it was close. It came down to the last play, but it was close because both teams couldn't keep track of how many men they had on the field. They couldn't stay on sides. The refs were calling PIs on who knows what.
Bruh, that call, first of all, I wish I had a better angle of it. That last PI on fourth,
yeah, I know you're talking.
on like the third down or second down, whatever, that was not pass interference.
Which, I get it, it's high school. The refs aren't going to be
terrible.
Perfect.
But that's the same ref that didn't call a pass interference earlier in the game on your side. Yep. You got a good angle of it. Number 10 on Groves is literally not even looking at the ball. He's like grabbing the receiver, and then the ball drops in front, and the ref's like incomplete. Yeah. It's like you have to get your head around and look for the ball.
In high school, you have to get your head around.
I mean, but that's just football in general. Yeah. Literally, you got to get your head around. If you don't get your head around, that's a pass interference.
Ultimately, we were happy to see one team get the first win of the season. And I don't know Savannah High's record. I don't know who they're playing the rest of the year. But I genuinely hope they pull out one. I do. Because I don't think they're any worse than Groves. I don't think they're any worse than Johnson. And I don't think they're any worse than Windsor. I think all those are still in the same tier altogether that could win any. I think there's not one of them that would come out on top any other day. Any of those could actually win against each other.
Where you put Islands over there? We gonna go off topic real quick. Man. We gonna go off topic.
They're in a different tier.
I'm putting Dougal on the hot spot.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Rank those 5 teams in order. Go.
Johnson, Windsor, Beach.
You got Johnson?
No, I'm asking for the 5.
Oh, yeah,
Johnson, Beach, Grove, Savannah High, and Islands.
And Windsor, if you didn't say Windsor, yeah. So Johnson, Windsor, Beach, Savannah High.
I'm going Windsor. Let's see, Windsor, Johnson, Groves, Beach, Savannah High.
Where's Islands?
Islands is at the bottom. As of right now, they haven't shown nothing. They lost by 35 against South Effingham. They lost by 49 to Savannah Christian and was happy when they were leaving at halftime. They got. They've scored 21 points all season.
I can't argue with you, but I was not expecting to have this at the bottom.
This week will show. If Johnson, we're going to kind of in the Thursday episode a little bit. If Islands can beat Windsor this week, or even tie them, send it to overtime.
It was 14-10 last year. So.
I was saying, if they can keep it a close game, they can knock it up. They can go up the ranks a little bit.
So real quick. You saw Islands versus Country Day, correct?
Well, they got blown out by 70. I wasn't at that game.
Oh gosh, was that 70?
It was 69 or 60 something.
Okay, you saw the video, and then you saw them play Savannah Christian.
Yep, got blown out by 50.
So those 2 games against those 2 teams.
Both
and then
teams.
You saw Savannah High play Groves, and then I forgot Josie or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You still got Savannah High better than Islands?
At least they scored. They scored on somebody. Both their 2 games were close. I get that they didn't play anybody, but Islands didn't play anybody and didn't do anything. They played nobodies and did something.
Islands played Savannah Christian and Country Day and Calvary.
And put up 0 on Country Day.
That's true.
And put up 14.
Savannah Christian.
7 on Savannah Christian starters.
But so I'm saying this because of the competition level.
Yeah, I get the competition.
Savannah High had a close game with Groves.
Yeah.
And then they had a close game with Josie, who won, I want to say, 1 game last year. Mm-hmm. And then you got Islands playing Savannah Christian, who could have the best defense in all of 3A by the end of the season. Country Day, who is a solid team in 3A. He already played Calvary. And then South Effingham's that's just a county school. Like, you know how them big, like you said, what you say, corn-fed?
Corn-fed.
Yeah,
they're
like,
corn-fed.
You know how them big corn-fed boys be?
They eat corn long.
Now,
let me stop.
I'm not fighting for Islands because Islands, everybody knows how I feel about Islands.
I'm not the type to dog on someone for their schedule. That's Island's fault for picking those teams to begin with.
You can't pick a schedule.
I say you can't, but I can't dog on Savannah High for losing 2 games both times by almost a field goal.
This is what I'm saying though. Savannah High's performance against Groves and Josie was better than Island's performance against Savannah Christian and Country Day.
Yes. Island's had 2 good plays.
I really want y'all to comment down below and debate with us, please, in the comments, like how y'all feel about this one. Because I can't agree with that one. I'm not saying Islands and Savannah High like Islands is way better or Islands is, but
I think that's why level, this week's gonna show us.
If Islands played Groves, I don't feel like they would have turned the ball over as much.
That's the High.
Yeah, because both Groves and Savannah High each had like 5 turnovers each. Yeah. That was ridiculous. Like I've never seen.
We're gonna go back to the footage and we might put the number up here. But I think it's higher than that. I think we're at 14, 15 throughout the whole game.
It was rough. Be because I feel like once one team had a turnover, the next play would be like, oh, well, here you go,
also,
give it right back.
The drop balls in this game, from defense and offense.
Bruh.
Like
Groves dropped a wide open touchdown. Savannah High dropped the interception. There was another one that was. Savannah High dropped 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, this isn't something that's new to them. When we watched them in 7-on-7, I made note in my other book. When they went against each other in 7-on-7s, they were both dropping the ball. I even wrote it down. I said, "Wow, they didn't even show it with hands."
I was on the other.
Yeah, you were watching the other field.
So if they were doing that in 7-on-7, then they're still doing it.
They're still dropping. But you gotta play with what you got.
But look,
if players can't catch, don't throw the ball. I want to see that. I miss the old Savannah High Groves games. Like I missed the Islands Groves game, Islands Johnson games. Let's play the city.
Well, I mean, they did 2 years ago. It's once they got moved up to 4A, that's what changed everything.
But
they definitely need to go back down.
We've been definitely ranting on this one.
I definitely need y'all to comment down below though, because I cannot agree with Savannah High's performances were better than the Islands.
The Islands crew, y'all gonna hate me on Thursday.
Shoot,
you put me on that. I was like, I'll be on your sideline Thursday.
Islands is gonna hate you on Thursday.
Yeah, they're not gonna want to talk to me.
Y'all definitely gonna hate me on Friday if y'all lose on Thursday. Islands, if you lose on Thursday, I'm letting y'all know this right now. You're getting your own personal aftermath episode. Like
that's gonna encourage them.
No,
it's because we want to see the best. We do. Trust me, we hate seeing our alumni go 0-10.
I have blood over there now. My nephew's over there. He's a freshman at Islands, so I cannot watch Islands go 0-10 for another 4 years. That's not. Y'all something needs to change over there, bro.
I think we hit on everything we wanted to talk about and more this episode. We appreciate you spending your time with us again. We sorry we missed the Thursday episode, but we do want to send all of our thoughts and prayers out to those people in Florida that were really hit by the hurricane. We were pretty lucky just to escape with just some power outages.
Even in town, there was some trees that fell down here in the city that I saw. I don't know if anybody's like house got impacted or anything crazy, but just anybody, if you got affected by the hurricane, man, praying for you.
Prayers and thoughts to y'all. We enjoy y'all's presence. We're glad y'all are watching still. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share with some friends. If y'all have some thoughts, put them in the comment section, and because this is gonna be a good week.
Please comment down below about that Islands Savannah High debate.
I want to hear it. I want to hear all
and the rank those 5 teams: Islands, Beach, Groves, Savannah High, Windsor.
Yeah.
Johnson, right? Did I say Johnson?
Johnson, Windsor, Beach, Savannah High, Groves, and then Islands. Got 6 teams.
Yeah, so those 6 teams. Rank those 6 teams.
And we'll come back on Thursday and we'll talk a little bit more about it. But until then, peace.